Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Legends of Equestria. Look how beautiful it is. Today we have a quest from Mr. Spuffy here. So, Chief Spuffy. So, again, this series is all to help you out, you know, because sometimes it's hard to be finding these characters, and, you know, sometimes the wiki doesn't tell you quite exactly, you don't get a perfect picture of where some of them are. Oh my goodness gracious, I almost went down to freaking Bogota. Alright, now notice in the 2025 summer update I want to show you real quick. They have balloons in the sky. Some balloons, you can pass through them and they actually jiggle a little. But, okay, they're a little too far for me. I'm not going to, spend my time. Okay. Let's talk to Chief Spuffy. I remember we talked to him before for another quest, but I don't remember his voice, so here we go.
I am proficient with all forms of weaponry. I am even proficient with the frying pan, and I don't think that even counts as a weapon.
Have any good advice? You look like you have something on your mind. Jeez, Jet, way to be subtle.
Excuse me, citizen. My name is Chief Spuffy, Guard's foremost weapons designer. Would you be interested in helping me with a weapons development project that is poised to revolutionize modern equestrian tactical warfare?
Well, duh, of course. What do you need me for? Helping with a what? Not really. Yeah. What do you need me for?
I need some pony to ask 3 ponies around Cloudopolis some important questions. I do all of this myself, but I'm too busy supervising armor stress tests to spare the time, and R&D is criminally understaffed. I know you're probably a very busy pony, but I can pay you for this job out of my own pocket.
Okay, I guess I've got a few hours to kill. No, I don't. I have a few minutes. Find some pony else to be your chore pony. Geez, every rejection sounds like Joel from The Last of Us.
Find someone else.
Alright, okay, I guess I got a few hours.
Ahem. Listen very closely. First, find Lieutenant Snipe, the Commodore's secretary. He's in front of the armory, and ask him if he's approved the expense report for Project C. Whatever you do, do not in any way mention our binder shortage or he'll fly off the hook. Next, find Commodore Messerschmitt and ask him if we can push the live fire demonstration for Project C back by 2 weeks to account for delays in material production. If I know the old coot, he's probably ditched work to hang out at the fancy fair. Again, don't let him start on one of his war stories or he'll keep you there for hours. Third, I need you to find Turbine, the airship mechanic at the airship repair workshop. Ask him if my proposal for an unfinished flight module is feasible. He'll know what you're talking about. Did you get all of that?
Sorry, I zoned out there. Could you run that by me again? Solid copy, you can count on me. Ugh, sounds like too much running for me. No, solid copy.
You're really helping me out of a tight spot here. I think the guard needs more ponies like you.
I ain't a guard just because I wear this fancy armor, alright? Is that just taking me back to... No, okay, this must be the airship... oh, that's right, that's Turbine. I've talked to him before, too.
Yeah, what?
How are you doing? I need to ask you something on behalf of Spuffy. Yeah, isn't it weird that I'm just sort of walking up to them, asking them about military affairs? Don't they find that a little odd? Like, these are probably government secrets, right? New weaponry? But, whatever. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Turbine, the airship mechanic. You look like you're in a hurry to see me. What's up?
Spuffy sent me. He wanted to know if you thought his proposal for magically operated remote attack drones was feasible, whatever those are. Spuffy sent me. He wanted to know if his proposal for an airship capable of reaching the moon was feasible. Spuffy sent me. He wanted to know if you thought his proposal for an unassisted flight module was feasible, whatever that is. I did not remember which one.
Oh, that. Sorry, but you'll have to tell Spuffy that you can't just combine a wing span that small with the amount of lift he's looking for. It was an interesting challenge, but I'm afraid it's just aerodynamically impossible Excuse me, but I've got to get back to working on this engine.
I hope I did not mess that up. Because, okay, I remember the thing about Project C for the other guys, but watch all these options be about Project C. Alright, we're gonna run down the path. And look how beautiful it is here. But, you know what, this music, I always found it to be a little bit melancholic. You know what, like I wanna have some kind of jumping tune, like some kind of Super Mario 64 stuff running around. Well, not exactly sounding like that game. I like this game's music better. And I like this game better than any other game. But anyways, yeah, I find this to be sometimes I find some of the music to be a bit too melancholic. You know, I feel like we should have some kind of happy, jumping, bouncy music. Because it's like, hey, you know what? We're a little horse. We're in Equestria. Oh, this guy.
What do you need and how important is it? Don't just say it's important. Every pony does that.
Have any good advice, Mr. Rarity's Mane? Excuse me, I'm looking for an ensign snipe on behalf of Spuffy. Yeah, I'll say that.
Oh, you're the civilian who helped me recover the Commodore's speech. What can I do you for, citizen?
That's right, when we got Messerschmitt's stuff back. Spuffy sent me. He wants you to push Project C's live fire testing back by 2 weeks. That's the one. Spuffy sent me. He wants to know if you've approved Project C's expense report. Spuffy sent me. He said something about needing more binders. Oh no. Spuffy sent me. He wants to know if his proposal for an unassisted flight module is feasible. No, let's say the first one.
Spuffy should know that's not my responsibility. Only the Commodore can approve that request, and he's probably off skipping work at the fancy fair. Now, unless you've got any other priority business, you should probably be going now.
Hey, no, wait, I remember. He wants to know if his proposal... Wait. Oh, I remember. He wants to know if you're... more binders. No, approves Project C's expense report.
Oh, that. Tell him that I approve the report, but if Project C doesn't start showing serious results, I will convince the Commodore to shelve the whole thing and stop wasting our budget. Thank you, but you should probably be going now, citizen.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Okay, so I asked Messerschmitt, since when are you in charge? But anyways, you just hop down here. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump, and then you ask this guy.
What a wonderful night.
Oh, what a night. Have any good advice? I need to ask you something, Commodore on behalf of Spuffy.
Why, hello there. Unless I'm mistaken, though I often am, you're the one who was here asking about my speech the other day.
Yeah, try a couple of years ago. Buddy, do you know how long I've been playing Legends of Equestria? I've done this quest multiple times on different ponies that have all been erased since the open server events. I did that quest so many years ago, especially on this pony. The one that I talked to you the other day, the closest to the other day was when I did it as Jet Black. The other Jet Black that I had to make a copy because I had all the quests complete. Which I'm pretty sure that episode came out a couple of years ago. But yes, sure, the other day.
You look all at Twitter again.
Oh my gosh, don't use words like a Twitter. You're gonna make me think of X.
And that just will not do. Sit down, and I can tell you a thrilling tale of wartime heroics that will surely take your mind off your worries. I say Lieutenant Snipe worries far too often for his own good.
I'd love to, Commodore, but I've got a question for you from Spuffy about his Project C. I'm in a bit of a hurry, Commodore. Spuffy sent me to ask you a question about his Project C. We'll do that.
Ah, yes, I can remember it like it was yesterday. You see, it all started back in 40.
How old are you?
Dark times. The changelings had slipped past the Mergenot line with the daring thrust through the northern swamp and driven us back to the gates of Cantermore itself. If it hadn't been for our old church hoof we shall fight on the beaches speech, the government would have capitulated right then and there. Our ground defense had held against repeated assaults, so they tried to bomb us into submission with aerial assaults around the clock. At first, they tried to knock out our Pegasi squadrons on the ground and cripple our logistics, take our Air Force out of flight, and let me tell you it was working. If the Changeling King had just kept the course and limited their attacks to our military targets, our air defense would have collapsed and we'd all be speaking Changeling.
Go on. Huh, the textbooks only told me about the Blitz. Commodore, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to ask you a question about Spuffy's project. Yeah, I'll say that.
This, my friend, was the Guard's finest hour. Never in the history of ponykind did so many ever owe so much to so few. The changelings descended to wreak havoc on our cities and towns, but we rallied behind our princess and fought them off. Every pony, even the civilians, had to do their part for the war effort. Young and old alike joined the home guard, and some planted vegetable gardens in their backyards to feed the soldiers. It was a display of resolve like you'd never seen. Wartime rationing hits us all hard. Eggs, milk, and even mustache wax were rationed.
Go on. Commodore, that's a fine story and all, but Spuffy really needs you to do something for him. You make it sound like the Battle of Cantermore was the turning point in the war. I've heard that the harsh winter attrition suffered by the Changeling armies and Operation Redbeard and the Siege of Stalingrad were the real decisive factors. Oh, no. Commodore, that's a fine story.
Oh, here's where I enter the tale. One day on the 13th of the month, the early warning station
do I have time to read all this? Oh, I accidentally skipped it anyway. Okay, I'm not reading all of this. I'm sorry. This is going to be good. Which suit of flight armor do you think would be more effective for the interception? The Supermarine Spitfire or the Griffer Hurricane? Commodore, please snap out of it. Spuffy really needs your help. Yeah, do that.
Oh, Ensign Spuffy, a bright young lad. That one, even if his whole winger fiasco was a bit of an embarrassment to us top brass. I was initially skeptical about his proposed revisions to several major categories of ordnance, but that was really just a crusty old soldier in me talking. He was just working on some kind of new flight armor, the Zakhoof or something, if I recall correctly. What about it, young chap? I was just getting to the good part, too.
Well, he wanted to ask you to postpone the armor's live fire test by 2 weeks. Said there's been a delay in Meteor titanium production. He wanted to ask you for mustache waxing tips. No, this one.
Why didn't you just tell me that first?
'Cause you wouldn't shut your mouth.
Anyhow, if I cancel that day's training exercise, I can improve the proposal. I'll get that done next time I'm back at the office. Thank you, good citizen, for doing a good service for the Guard. Now, where was I? Oh, yes.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I gotta go by. I think it's time to make a tactical retreat under heavy fire before I get pinned down again in an unwinnable battle of attrition. I'll say that because it's funny.
You're going already? I could easily spin this tale out for another couple hours. What a shame. Well, tally-ho, then.
Yes, that's wonderful, but I must be going. Oh, what could you possibly have for me, Loads of Monet? Okay, yeah, Loads of... I've talked to you. I don't know if I get along with you or not. And you're that one guy's wife that just hangs around and waves at everybody. You know what? We're going cloud climbing. I hope you brought your feathers. Because if you're not a Pegasus, then I'll use some fancy Earth Pony exploit and then write in the comments about how Earth Ponies actually have better mobility. Dear Slabs 4, Earth Ponies actually have better mobility than Pegasi now due to A, B, C, and D. And I'll have you know that because of the fancy jumping boots and this specific armor that you probably don't know about, that you're actually just talking a lot of smack and you should just go eat some smacks with Diggum as the mascot. Do you remember Honey Smacks? Well, you don't, but I like a smackerel of Honey Smacks. Slabspore, what are you talking about? I just wanted to go on a ramble about Earth ponies and leave a comment, if anyone's even commenting at all. Okay. Well, let's talk to Chief Spuffy.
I am proficient with all forms of weaponry. I am even proficient. I'm not reading this again.
Have any good advice? I talked to the ponies.
So, how'd it go?
Sniper approved the report, and the Commodore agreed to push up the test, but Turbine said the flight unit you wanted was aerodynamically impossible. Sniper and Commodore said yes, Turbine said no. I'll say the first one.
That's excellent news. Well, besides the flight unit, but I was honestly expecting Turbine to veto that. With this information, the project meeting should go off without a hitch, at least by the insufferably dull standards of meetings. Thank you very much for your hard work. If this meeting goes well, Project C should progress to its next stages. To its next stage. That might not have been very exciting work, but every job is important, even if it doesn't look like it. My time in the military has taught me that every pony can contribute to getting things accomplished in their own special way. Here's a few bits out of my pocket, and an old spear from one of my failed projects as compensation. You're a career saver. If I've got any more subcontracting work in the future, you're at the top of the list. Have a good day, citizen.
Well, we completed that quest, and it seems, oh, look at my inventory. There we go. Okay, how about my old spear? Where's this old spear of yours? I don't have an old spear, you absolute liar. You didn't give me a spear unless it's stuck in my quest items, but I don't have a quest items inventory right now. Where's your spear? Oh, you liar. You didn't give me anything. You are a cheater. And for that, I must commit physical assault on you. Okay. I fear this lesson is being lost on you. Well, anyways, thank you for tuning in for another episode, everybody. I hope you enjoyed sincerely, and take care. We'll catch you in the next episode.